I'm not exactly sure why I'm making this video, but I felt like it was time to kind of express these feelings of mine because, nobody really understands what I'm going through and how could they? Because, this experience of mine is very personal to me. And what's a better way to express it than making a video about it? Because this is something I love to do. I love to create. I love to create content. I love to make videos. And I wish I was able to do this full time. And it's not that I can't get there one day. It's just right now has just been extra tough for me because I felt like I feel like a lot of my creative ability has kind of gone away. Not that it isn't there, it's just it's hard to access that with my current situation. And to give a little context, I moved to a new location to start this new career of mine as an electrical apprentice, and I was offered this job by my uncle, and I am really grateful for that. But if I'm being 100% honest with myself, this is not what I want to do. I don't want to be an electrician. I don't. I'm only doing this because of the money. And at the end of the day, it does pay me a lot, but that's the only reason I'm doing this. I don't actually enjoy it. I'm only doing this to get paid. And this realization, it hits hard because I know exactly what I want to do. And I've always known like since I don't even know, since I was 12 years old. Since I started creating content, which I was probably around probably 12, 13, that I loved that. I loved making videos. I loved doing all of that and whatever that involves. And every time I make a video, every time I post on Instagram, on YouTube, whatever it may be, and whatever platform it may be, I enjoy that so much. And I could spend all day doing that every single day. And I wouldn't even get tired. I wouldn't even get tired. And I don't get tired because it makes me so happy and it fills me with so much energy. And it pushes me to want to do more. But I don't get that feeling and that experience when I'm in the electrical field and I see all these people around me. And I notice that a lot of them just do it for the money too. Maybe they enjoy it somewhat, but most people are just clocking in to get their paycheck and, excited to go home because they don't want to be there. They don't just as much as me, if not, even if not more. And that whole environment and everything, it doesn't sit right with me. Not that I'm going to quit because, I need my source of income. Unfortunately, fortunately, we live in a world where, we got to pay our bills, of course, and we got to provide for ourselves. And, I do want to have a family one day, and me and my girlfriend, like, that is something we plan on having. So I'm not going to quit this job. I'm not going to give up on this in order to pursue something else. I got to find a way to balance both of these things together. And that's been the hard part, is finding out exactly what it is that I want to do. But at the end of the day, I think I've just been fooling myself because I've always known that I wanted to create content. I've always known that this is what I wanted to do. So why am I not doing this? Why am I not investing my time into this? And I don't know why, but I want to try. I want to try. I want to see where it goes, and I don't know if I'm going to get anything out of this, but that's exactly why I'm doing this, because I enjoy this. And at the end of the day, if that's all it takes for me to fill that hole in my heart, that hole in my soul, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create content and I'm going to enjoy every single second of it because without trying to cry or anything, this is what I enjoy. And I've always known that. Sorry about getting teary-eyed about this, but it's just this realization has hit hard today because it's like, I got to commit to this. I got to really put in all of my effort. And I'm ready for that. I'm ready to do that because this is what I want. And if there is a message to this video, that message is to pursue your dreams. No matter how hard it is, no matter what you go through, pursue those dreams of yours, because if you let that dream die, it's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. And take it from me, somebody who pushed it off for months just to pursue this career of mine. It's taken a lot out of me. because I know what I want to do, and I wasn't doing what I wanted to do, and it hurt. And that is a hole that only I could fill. And if you feel a hole similar to mine, and you relate to this in any sort of way, then my advice for you is to just pursue it. It's going to be difficult, and maybe you got to get a job, maybe you got to get a side hustle. Like, this could be your side hustle, and maybe you got to get a job to provide for yourself, but don't let that dream die. Don't let that dream fade away, because if you do, you're going to regret that for the rest of your life. And I'm fortunate enough to have come to this realization sooner rather than later, because, man, I love this. I love this more than anything. I don't care if I'm yapping to a camera. I love to yap. I love to talk. And I could talk for hours on hours on hours and on hours. I could talk all day. And if I could have a career, if the side hustle takes off, if whatever it is that I work on takes off, that I could just talk all day and I could just really enjoy the experience, then that's what I'm going to do. And to take a page out of my girlfriend's book, she loves her job. She is a CEA, and she loves her job so much, and I've never felt that before. Other than when I create content, it's just like, I admire that so much about her, and I love her so much for that she actually is pursuing that, because I know she loves that. But I can't say the same about the electrical field. I can't. But I'm still going to continue working in this field, and I'm going to continue, getting the paychecks and trying my best to make the most out of it. But I'm going to do this on the side. I'm going to make videos. I'm going to pursue what feels right to me, and making content, making videos feels right to me. And I just had to make this video because I couldn't express it in any other way. And these words, I'm not reading off a script or anything like that. Like, when I yap, and I could yap for hours. So if that is something that you vibe with, if you vibe with my message, if you vibe with just my energy, then subscribe, because there's more in store for all of us, and that includes me, because every time I make these videos, every time I create this content, I learn a little bit more about myself. And if there is something that I'm always trying to preach, is that just be yourself, and to just do what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, you're the only person that could truly make you feel fulfilled. And it's your duty to do that for yourself, because you got to stand up for yourself, and you got to put yourself first. And sometimes that means making hard choices, or sometimes that just means sitting down with yourself and listening to your heart, listening to what feels right, and going with that, even if it's scary, because this is so scary. If we're taking a page out of what I'm doing right now, this is so scary. Putting myself online on YouTube, because I'm not familiar with YouTube. I've been doing social media on the other platforms for a very long time, but YouTube is so new to me, and it's so scary. But I don't want to just give up and not even start because of fear. Fear is always going to be something that holds a lot of people back from doing what they want to do, but I don't want it to be me, because I will regret that for the rest of my life, and I don't want to regret anything on my deathbed. And I want to inspire people. I want to inspire myself, and I want to make the world a better place at the end of the day. And if my videos contribute to that in any sort of way, then that is something that I'm happy about. And because I'm putting myself out there, I'm being vulnerable right now, and I didn't mean to cry or anything on this video, but sometimes that's what happens when you really feel strongly about something. And if you feel strongly about something that you want to pursue, then pursue it. Pursue it with your full heart, your full mind, your full body, your full soul, whatever it is. Pursue it with 100% of your effort, because you're not going to regret that. And you're going to live the rest of your days in bliss and happiness, because you're doing something that you want to do. And you're pursuing something that you want to pursue. And that is the best thing that you could do for yourself. If you could find that thing that you love to do, and you could pursue that with your whole heart, because you're going to be happy. You're going to be happy that you put yourself first, and you decided to take that first step and just start. And you know what? Maybe it does take off. Maybe this takes off for me. Maybe the YouTube thing takes off for me. And maybe whatever you're working on takes off for you, but you'll never know until you try. So when you do try your hardest and go to the very end. Don't stop until you have reached the very end. Because then you could say, if you actually want to do this, you could get to that point where you've done it, where it's like, is this actually what's meant for me or not? Then you could decide if you want to move on and do something else, or stick with it because you love it. But you'll never know until you try and you actually put in what it takes to get to wherever it is that you want to go. Because whatever you might envision for yourself, you can achieve that. I'm sorry about that, my lights turned off, but you can achieve that. And with that, I think this is where we'll conclude this video. But thank you for listening if you stayed to the end of this video. And I'm so appreciative of you for doing that because, man, I already feel a lot better just talking about my life. With that being said, thanks for watching.